Hi everyone, thanks for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't been hitting the subscriber button, please do, because it doesn't cost you anything. I'm going to give you a lot of teases here, I think, in this one. So today in my continuing drill playlist, I'm going to talk to you about one of the very safe tackling drills we use. It's just simply called Hawk Tackle. Yes, Hawk from the Seattle Seahawks and Pete Carroll, that approach. So it's a profile tackle, so coming from the side, okay? So there's a lot that goes into it, but it's a very simple drill to execute, and the coaching points will make a lot of sense, and there's tremendous carryover from your stance to profile to near foot, shoulder, all those good things. So I'm going to start up here in the top left corner, go through how we set it up and execute the drill, bring in the, albeit rudimentary, diagram, talk about the tackle technique itself specifically, and then the major coaching points of the drill. Okay? So as always, right, starting the setup here, you use tangible landmarks. We like to use a hash. You know, whenever, sometimes you got to use the sideline, but use a tangible landmark. You line up the coach on that tangible line, hash mark or sideline. TR, the tackle rolls, I can just send them off in each direction. Okay, so what we teach is, because we want them to be attacking the back hip. Okay, understand that? They will, once the rolls move, okay, so that's the movement key. They're going to shuffle as if they're in pursuit, and then once the rolls pass them, they're going to come downhill. Okay, so let's just get through the setup first. They're going to finish it, then they're going to roll the rings back to the coach and switch lines. Okay, so as always, we work both left and right. So the setup's simple, and that's how we execute it. Now, the technique part of a hawk tackle profile, meaning coming from the side, right? Okay, that's not just on the sideline, that could be anywhere on the field. For starters, it's the same near foot, near shoulder contact, right? Keep all the principles of good tackling, safe tackling in play. We want the head behind the butt. That's the hawk part of the tackle, right? As we know. So start off right here before I get into number 3 in the technique. If I'm on the left, then my left foot and left shoulder is going to be making the contact with the head behind. If I'm on the right, it's going to be the right shoulder, right foot, shoulder making the contact with the head behind. Okay? So now here's some of the other key principles of good tackling, safe tackling. We want to hit on the rise with the eyes up. So ultimately the contact's being made here. Big key in this is the clamping of the hands, strong hand on top. So as you come through, once you get through the ball carrier, that's the clamp right there. So my right hand is my dominant hand. That's what I want to be able to execute. So whenever possible, clamp hands. Literally, if you can clamp the wrist, that's even better, because your hand you may not be able to get around completely, but your wrist you can get around. Your wrist, right? So we say clamp hands, but ultimately it's hand on top over the wrist. And then that's really difficult to break. Okay, so you're trying to minimize how many broken tackles there are. So clamp hands, strong hand on top. First you squeeze, then you clamp, right? So the squeeze is get the hand on it, and then clamp is finish the squeeze. So it's one movement, but it's two separate things. You want to hear it and squeeze, because you'll have some kids will go like this and say, yeah, I got my hand on the top. Yeah, but you didn't finish it. You didn't clamp. Clamp is when your hand is around your wrist. So as you can see, some guys have enormous wrists, but they probably have big hands. You can usually get your hand all the way around the wrist. That is the clamp. And it really does cut down on the number of tackles that are broken. Okay, it's not 100%, but more often than not, when players do this, the tackle doesn't get broken. Okay? And here's the other big key, and this is part of the technique. It's also a coaching point. We teach our guys to keep running their feet all the way to the ground, because on a profile tackle, if this is the tackler, okay, the ball carrier is going full speed this way. If you don't keep running your feet, they're running their feet. You're going to get pulled. You might ultimately tackle him, but not until he picks up another 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards or a touchdown. You got to run your feet all the way until you're down on the ground. And when on the ground means run the feet all the way to the ground. You and the ball carrier are on the ground. Huge coaching point. Now, as we get to the coaching points, part of the setup, make sure they're shuffling until the ring gets past them. Now they got the head behind, right? Now they're attacking the butt of the ball carrier. If the tackle moves, they just run at him. The ball carrier is going to cut behind him, right? That's the reason. This should be a full speed, high intensity drill. You can do this drill with helmets, full pads, or no pads, because it's a tackle ring, okay? And the strongest emphasis is on the clamp hands and running the feet all the way to the ground. So we want to see these guys picking up and tackling with their feet, humping all the way till that tackle rolls on the ground. Then get up and roll the rings back to the coach. Okay? So it's a very, very safe drill. Depending on how many numbers you got, if you only had 6 linebackers, you could get them twice on left and right, so 4 reps. If I've got, 12, 15 linebackers, I'm probably only going to get 2. 1 on each, left and right. Okay? When we split up inside and outside linebackers, each of the groups can get 2 reps, 2 left, 2 right. Okay, so you decide that as a coach, what works best for you and your efficiency in practice. Okay, so as always, as you see up the top there, if you have any questions, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com, because I would love to talk football with you. So please push that button.